Should be down there. It's in the fridge. Yeah.
Okay.
Just get me whatever. Give me an anchor steam.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. What's up, YouTube and Twitch? Welcome back to Awesome Hardware. This is side B. This is 2. Or part 2. It's the same thing. If you guys missed part 1 or side A, go ahead and check it out on Paul's half of the show. On Paul's channel, I should say. On Paul's Hardware. Go to YouTube. Go to his YouTube channel. Watch side A. And then come back here and watch this part. Side B. If you guys haven't figured it out by now and you're new to the show, we split the show up into 2 halves. And we just finished up Paul's half. He's getting more beer, which I clearly don't need right now. But this is part side B, where we talk more about stuff. All things tech. And we've got some interesting stuff here. First of all, I guess I have to like control the... I get to control the live stream as well. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. All right, so go ahead and... How does he do this? What is he? All right, go ahead and look at this stuff. Desktop region? No, that's not right.
What's going on?
Stories. Ah, buy a shirt. Buy a shirt. I was just discovering how to use exploits.
Never.
Buy a shirt.
You've never streamed before.
Yeah. No, they're loving it. They're totally digging it.
It's F7 and F8, in case you're wondering.
Oh, it's F. Oh, you've assigned hotkeys to it.
Only the 2 main ones.
Well, that's useful. That would have been useful information before you left me here to die, Paul.
Sorry.
God damn.
Are we live on YouTube?
Son of a bitch. Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
Somebody said we're not.
Oh, the downtown brown, I see.
Lying. Oh, you know what? I should
Whoa.
I should tell people in my YouTube chat to go to your YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Do it.
That'd be convenient. Copy
Do it. All right. So, yes, we've got shirts that we're selling. I've got the new CPU cooler shirt in a heather navy blue color, which is a new material and a new color, slightly off blue. Very nice, super comfy, more comfortable than the old one. If you like the classic cotton material, it's also very nice. Also, the Stay Positive shirt that Paul is currently wearing and demoing for all of you right now is super beautiful. You can see Paul looks about 10 pounds lighter. And looks like his biceps have grown about 2 inches in diameter. So the same thing can be said for any of you who decide to pick up one of these delicious shirts. Also, Paul has stuff in his...
Also, women just attack you all the time while you're wearing it.
It's a frequent problem that Paul had on his way here, actually, to my house.
They attempt to remove the shirt and gently caress your nipples.
It's the only time you have an excuse to punch a woman in the face.
Not that you'd want to.
No, of course not. Go ahead and pick up something from Paul's store as well, on paulshardware.net.
Yes.
Do it! He's got a new store, he's got new shirts, he's got new polos with a new thumbscrew logo.
You got some polos there?
Boom! He's also got hoodies.
Super professional.
Super pro, you've got a hoodie, you know, it's winter, fuck it.
This hoodie has been selling like mad. This is actually a really good hoodie.
Boom!
I really like this hoodie. It's a zip up.
Yeah.
Very, very soft inside. Super high quality.
Sexy.
You guys will love it.
Sexy.
So yeah, mugs and glasses as well.
Mugs and glasses.
All that good stuff.
All the good stuff. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much again a very efficient intro for today. Why don't we go ahead and continue where Paul left off on his half of the show, which is tech news.
News.
It's partially what we're here for. And I'm gonna talk about some of the stuff that's being presented at GDC, which is a lot of AMD affair here. So we've got the AMD VR headset that was just announced, and Paul talked about this briefly on his half of the show. He's been stealing segments from me left and right today.
Totally stole it.
Totally. But this is their Sulon Q, and we gave them a hard time for that name, and we will continue giving them a hard time for that name because it's really weird and silly sounding. But it's the first and only tether-free, wear-and-play, spatially aware headset for VR and AR. So not only are you going to get kind of like a VR experience like you would with an Oculus Rift or an HTC Vive, but you also have the augmented reality functionality built in, similar to what you'd find on a Microsoft HoloLens.
I like that.
So you kind of get the best of both worlds. Now, it remains to be seen. My only concern here is, you know, if they're doing both, does that mean they're half-assing kind of both ends of the spectrum?
Probably.
Yeah. So I mean,
jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades, master of none. Exactly what I'm thinking. So, but that might appeal to some people who really want both options. You know, virtual reality and augmented reality. Even though they don't, you know, and they're willing to sacrifice maybe the eye candy or the extreme level of quality that might come with just a pure headset devoted to either or. So, Some of the things that Paul also talked about is that this headset will feature an FX processor, 8800P. It's a quad-core chip. It's an SoC, of course, on an octa-core with an octa-core GPU. So there's going to be shared memory between both of those processors. From the image that Paul was showing earlier, I don't know if it's in the article that I had linked, but the PC that's going to be driving this thing is actually part of the headset. It's going to be behind the actual head strap itself, so you don't really need a full-blown custom gaming PC to run this thing. It's already built into the headset. Because of that, it's going to be significantly lower powered.
Your article doesn't have good pictures.
Yeah, my article sucks. Stupid.
It doesn't
Wired.
It doesn't have the side view.
Yeah, side view would have been cool. You can kind of see it in that shot. It's kind of behind the head strap there. But
I had the video up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just play the video. Fuck it. Just steal other people's videos for our video.
Not stealing it. It's an AMD video. I'm sure they're happy that we're sharing more information about their product.
You're right. They love it. They love us. So yeah, there's a PC built into the thing. It's going to be fairly low powered compared to what you might find in a custom desktop. However, it also means that you're going to have a fully untethered experience with this headset. Whereas the Vive and Oculus Rift, they actually have to be completely tethered to your gaming PC via HDMI cable and things like that.
So here's a decent look at the kind of unit that's on the back of your head right there. See it pan by. So this could actually provide some
counterweight.
Some counterweight.
I was thinking the same thing.
The big headset on the front of your face.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Like that's.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
It goes both ways. It's like it could provide some counterweight, but at the same time, it could make the overall headset feel a lot heavier.
Yes.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see exactly how the comfort and fit works.
I definitely feel like there'll be a time in the future, 4, 8, 12 years from now, when we look back on the first VR headsets and be like, "Wow, you remember back when people wore those massive, ridiculous-looking things on their heads to get VR? And now we have this pair of glasses that you put on, and it."
Right.
It's because of Ready Player One.
Oh, dude, it's coming true.
Yeah,
it's all coming true.
Well, because Ready Player One, fabulous book, by the way. If you guys want to check it out, try the audiobook. It's narrated by Will Wheaton. Great book. I really think you guys would enjoy it.
Yeah,
they're making a movie out of it. But
really
they
good.
have VR heads. They have a full haptic rig in Ready Player One that he gets into, so you can move and run around in VR and all that kind of stuff. But they just have a simple pair of glasses, and it's actually well described in the book. It projects lasers onto your retinas to draw directly on there. So you don't need any actual image display in the actual helmet itself.
Yeah.
I don't know if that technology is coming soon or anything like that, or if anyone's working on it, but certainly the way it's described in this fictional book makes you think, yeah, they should be able to do that.
Yeah.
So,
no, definitely.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, and just the whole idea of being completely immersed with, all the senses, not just your visual, but like the touch and haptic feedback and things like that. I mean, that's all kind of coming true in a sense with VR. So I can't wait.
Everyone's mad that we haven't talked about the Pro Duo yet.
We'll talk about the Pro Duo, guys. Just wait for it.
Actually, that's next.
By the way, thank you very much, Pup Shepherd, for the donation. Appreciate it, brother. Wags, and also Jackson. Hello. Okay, so VR headset, DirectX 12 Vulkan support, 2560 by 1440 screen with a 110-degree field of view, which is also going to operate like the HoloLens, as I mentioned. You'll be able to hang different windows of applications in your real-life environment. So you can be in the kitchen and have your Gmail up and be like, all right, hang the Gmail window up by the fridge. You can walk away and wash your dishes in real life and come back and your Gmail window's still there by the fridge. So crazy shit like that.
Did they have any visual representations of these things?
No.
No. That's too bad.
This is all
it's all
happening in my mind.
It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. None of it's real.
Bullshit that they're feeding to us.
This article's virtual reality.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Craig. Ready Player One was great. Yes, it was.
He's recommended the Leviathan Wakes and the Expanse series for sci-fi readers.
Oh, cool. I should check that out. I'm going to print screen that recommendation.
We are going through Off to Be the Wizard right now.
We are going through?
Listening to the audiobook. Off to Be the Wizard. Interesting
It's like a spin-off of
I don't.
Wizard of Oz?
No.
Oh, okay. It sounds like it would be.
No, it's. I'm yeah. Off to be the wizard. Very interesting book so far. I don't think it's fantastically written.
Yeah.
But the premise and everything about it are very interesting enough that I keep going back to it, and that I'm now like 2 hours ahead of my wife and listening to the playback and everything. Anyway.
You always got to be ahead.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So yeah, promising things from AMD, not just on the VR head front, not just on the VR front, but also in the video card market.
Yay.
With the Pro Duo GPU that they just revealed.
Why did they name it Pro Duo?
Holy smokes. But you know what? I know exactly why, Paul.
Why?
Because R9 295X2 was a fucking mouthful. And someone in their marketing team was just like, we've been getting so many confusing emails back and forth from customers and and people from corporate and blah blah blah. No one knows what the F this thing's called. So it's the R9 295. Let's just call it something really simple that stupid people can understand.
What's wrong with Fury X2?
That would have been perfect too. But
because that's what it is two Fury X's, right?
More like, well, I mean, yeah, 2 Fiji chips, sure, but the performance is more akin to 2 R9 Nanos.
Yeah.
So 2 Fury X's would technically outperform this.
But we don't know that for sure yet, though.
That's what's being speculated, and that's what's being presented in this.
Because we don't know the speeds, right? We know some basic information that AMD has talked about at GDC, but we don't know what frequency the GPU is running at. Chances are they're not just coming right out with that because they're using. What is it? I forget what the AMD special sauce mix is that throttles the GPU frequency or whatever. They have a name.
Throttles it?
Yeah, they have a name for it. It's the thing that handles the GPU frequency. It's like Turbo Boost with NVIDIA, but AMD has a name for it too. I should just read the damn article, and I bet it would say it somewhere in there.
No, the article says it's not going to outperform 2 Fury X's.
Oh no, it won't. Yeah,
it's saying
there's
that
there's no way it would be able to, because 2 Fury X's, the Fury X has a like 350 watt TDP or something by itself, doesn't it? Or even 450?
No, it's not that high.
No, I'm wrong.
That's not that high.
No, it's 250.
275.
275.
Yeah, because the R9 Nano is 175.
Yes,
and it's a 100 watt difference.
So this has the TDP that 2 R9 Nanos would have, which is 350.
Yeah.
The actual power supply requirements are 3 8-pin connectors.
Right.
Which gives you 450 plus 75, because you get 75 watts through the PCI Express bus.
Right.
But AMD did state that even though this, like, looking at this, you'd be like, okay, it's got a TDP of at least 450 watts, possibly up to 525. AMD has said that the TDP is actually, or the actual power draw is more akin to 350. It's much more akin to 2 R9 Nanos.
Right.
But that they use this power solution of the 3 8-pin power connectors, not just because it looks badass with some nice sleeve cables and some cable management there, but also because they wanted to leave additional headroom for overclocking or for people to design specialized versions of the cards.
Right.
Which I think that's pretty cool.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that means we could possibly even see some, I don't know, some add-in board partners do some funky stuff with this card, which would be really sweet. Granted, even though it might not be as fast as 2 Fury X's in Crossfire, this is unmistakably going to be the fastest single PCB card on the market that we've seen. Faster than a single Titan X or a GTX 980 Ti, for example. Fury X, obviously. And pricing has not been released yet, but this card is going to be fully water-cooled.
There's pricing.
There is? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
1,500.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I did not see that in the article.
1,500.
Okay, I'll trust you on that. $1,500.
It's 1,500 is the price they've been quoting,
which is a little on the steep side. I feel like that price is going to drop after a few months.
That is the exact same price that the R9 295X2 launched at.
Yeah,
but when you compare it to
that was the fastest GPU at the time.
Yes.
Whereas
this is the fastest single
but it's
card.
Cut down as well. But the Fiji chip in it is being hindered by the TDP.
Potential. Well, it's being hindered. So the solution they have right now is it's got a 120 millimeter radiator and cooler attached to it.
From Cooler Master, by the way.
From Cooler Master. I'm also, I think, well, I don't know. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but thank you AMD and Cooler Master for not giving in to the Ace Tech patent garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
That they tried to. I mean, they tried to do an injunction against the Fury X from being sold.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. Given all of the proliferation of technology in the PC world and how lots of different manufacturers tend to seem to be able to borrow from one another,
right,
without fear of that sort of thing,
yeah,
Ace Tech's aggressive moves in this area have been less than reassuring. But
yeah,
it's got a 120 millimeter cooler,
right,
for both of these GPUs, which is half of what a Fury X would have had.
Right.
Half of what two Fury X's would have had, I guess, is how I should phrase that.
Yeah.
So,
but it's still a lot more than maybe an R9 Nano would have had on air.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
So I mean, it might balance out in the long run, but at the end of the day, I would expect moderate temperatures from this thing, especially if you're overclocking it. I don't think they're going to be phenomenal, but definitely better than air strictly.
I really like this internal shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think this is
so well composed.
When it's the type of thing I feel like you can only do when you're creating like a reference design card like that. But everything seems very, considering this is a 2-slot card.
Yeah.
And there's as much power as is in there. 16 teraflops of GPU compute performance, and they've got this contained in a reasonably long. We don't know how long it is yet, right?
No, it doesn't say.
It's looking like it's 11 or 12 inches long.
Right.
But water cooled with these integrated blocks over in these. Where you see the Cooler Master logo here, and then this other thing on the left. Those are the block/pump that is on top of the GPU, and then these other little elements here on the top or on the right side, along the top, and then kind of snaking down here to the bottom, are all cooling that's over the VRMs.
Yeah.
So keeping those.
So there's no unlike the R9 295X2 where it had a hybrid cooling solution where it did have a 120 millimeter radiator, but also part of the card's VRM was actually being cooled on air. That's not the case here. We are seeing a fully custom water block that's on the GPU both GPUs as well as the VRM power delivery stuff. So that's really nice to see. 8 gigs of HBM. Nice.
It's more than any other card has had so far.
Yeah. And time will tell whether or not NVIDIA decides to fire back with their own.
Of HBM, let me clarify. Of HBM. I'm not... Any Titan X owners out there who are mad at I have 12 gigs of GDDR5 right now. Okay.
So time will tell to see whether or not NVIDIA fires back with a dual GTX 980 Ti card. That would be interesting. I don't think so because...
it's weird. I feel like if they were going to do that, they would have done it already.
Yeah.
Most of what's being talked about with this particular card right now, because AMD, for the record, they've only announced this. They've shown it. They've released some benchmark numbers direct from AMD, but we don't have any independently sourced benchmark numbers yet. But, I mean, here's the performance. They're comparing it to a 95X2 and a Titan Z, and it's kicking ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I most of the talk right now is that by the time this launches, which is expected in Q2 this year, which could be up to May or June.
Right.
Well, May, I guess. That by that time, chances are NVIDIA will have a Pascal-based card.
Yeah.
And whether NVIDIA's Pascal-based cards are insanely badass or not, who knows? Whether NVIDIA will try to aggressively launch a dual GPU Pascal card so that they can have that, like NVIDIA in the past,
that new title,
and NVIDIA in the past has been satisfied with saying we have the fastest single GPU card on the market.
Yeah,
they've allowed the R9 295X2 to go on for quite some time, even with only a Titan Z to compare it to, which was an absolute waste of money.
Right.
Titan Z is shit. I agree, Joe Bro. Titan Z is garbage. It's not garbage. It's not an awful card, but it's $3,000.
So overpriced.
And no sane person would pay for that. Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, this is exciting. This is a lot of stuff we've been talking about in the past few months, just saying like, look, AMD's got some stuff up their sleeve. And this isn't even their next gen stuff. This is
No.
an advancement of their current gen stuff. The Fuji based cards.
Fuji.
Fuji.
Fuji's the apple.
Fuji. Oh, I'd like an apple.
You're hungry, aren't you?
A little bit.
Fuji.
The Fiji based cards, and there's still more to come, which I think you have even more to talk about with as well, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah. So speaking of AMD, moving on from this awesome dual GPU card that they've already announced, they've also kind of revealed a hint at their Vega and Navi GPUs. And what? We haven't really even heard much about these things until now. They are to arrive in 2017 and 2018 respectively. They are two obviously separate generations of graphics cards from Team Red, and they will offer new flagship as well as lower tier cards on both fronts really. So Vega, which is again going to launch in 2017 or is expected to anyway, will feature the 14 nanometer FinFET process. So pretty much what we're going to be seeing for Polaris as well. Navi, however, which is going to come a year later, has not been confirmed whether or not it's going to use the same FinFET process on 14 nanometers or if it's going to use a newer iteration, which remains to be seen, obviously. So Vega, we know a little bit more about Vega for now. There were a couple more details released. Granted, it's going to be releasing a year earlier than Navi, but Vega codename is Greenland, is what their AMD's referring it to. And it's, again, an enhanced iteration of 14 nanometer FinFET that we would find on Polaris. It's also aimed at enthusiast gamers and the Fire Pro market, which has been struggling to kind of keep up with the Quadro market on NVIDIA's side lately. So it might see a nice bump there, not just for gamers, but on the professional workspace market as well, which is kind of cool. Thank you, Pup, for the dollar donation. No, I don't think AMD is gonna change their color to blue for Navi. I just think that's too Intel. But we shall see. Also, Navi. I don't know if it's Navi or Navi. Navi.
Navi sounds like short for navigation.
Navi. Yeah, right. So I'm gonna say Navi.
Navi sounds more
like Native American.
Yeah. Well,
like in Avatar. Weren't they called the Navi?
Yes, I thought you got that joke.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. No, I'm putting the two together now. You're right. Just sync. Connecting the dots.
It's all making sense.
I'm connecting the dots. Okay. See, I know things. I'm here. Okay, so Navi is going to be AMD's true next-gen product that will be the company's 2018 flagship offering. It's going to support next-gen memory. They're not referring to it as anything else other than next gen right now. It could be called HBM3 in the future. We're not really sure. But it's also going to be fully scalable. So that means essentially you're going to have this one GPU that's going to be either really highly clocked for high-end flagship cards, or cut down a bit, and you're going to see that same GPU in lower tier offerings as well. Now that's kind of cool in a way because it means less research and development costs for AMD, only having to deal with one chip. And it's also going to be easier on developers to develop programs, applications, and games for a single GPU that's just going to be scaled up and down, as opposed to developing for several different GPUs, if that makes sense.
It seems like a little bit similar to what NVIDIA does with like SM or SMX units.
Yeah.
Streaming multiprocessors. They create kind of a block,
and they cut it down,
and then they can stack 6 of those together, or they can stack 12 of those together, or they can stack 24 of those together to create easily scalable architecture for massive GPU processing units.
Yes. So I mean,
that's redundant. GPU processing unit.
Unit.
Okay, never mind.
That's like saying
GPUs.
HBM. That's like saying in one of my videos, like a week or two
bandwidth
ago,
memory?
HBM memory.
HBM memory.
Good old, and they say that in this article too from WCCF Tech. Like, oh yeah, HBM1 memory.
HBM memory.
Like, no, you're doing what I did.
High bandwidth memory.
Yep.
So my favorite was in my FreeNAS build when I said the ZFS file system, which features triple redundancy.
Wow.
That's
Talk about redundancy.
super clever. Okay.
Uber redundancy. Okay. Moving on. Let's go ahead and talk about the ASUS GTX 980 Ti Strix Ice, which had been leaked.
Strix Ice
this week, very recently. Damn, look at this thing, man. It's custom water cooled. It's going to feature RGB lighting, which will be controlled via the Aura software, which is the same software that that Paul and I played around with in our Maximus 8 Formula review.
Comes in a corduroy package?
Comes in no, it does not.
Looks
That's
like
not
it's corduroy.
It's probably cardboard or carpet. Stop making fun of overclocked
no,
nets.
You're probably right.
It is carpet. Yeah. It looked like corduroy though. Someone's jeans. It's also going to be cooled by a Bits Power full cover water block. So by full cover, I mean, both GPU and VRM. We can be rest assured, which is nice. Dual 8-pin PCIe connections with a custom PCB for overclocking. Of course, this is going to be an overclocking beast. Custom PCB is in order. The Ice is longer and taller than a GTX 980 Ti Strix. That essentially means more PCB real estate for better and more complex power delivery on the PCB with 14 phases. So that's kind of nice. It's going to feature 3 DisplayPort 1.2 ports, 1 DVI, and 1 HDMI 2.0 port. The rumored cost is to be about $900, which is about $150 more than a standard GTX 980 Ti. So...
No, it's not. That's $250 more than a standard 980 Ti.
Because what, 950? It's
980,
like 650, right?
650, yeah.
You're right. I don't know why the article said 150.
Well, it might be saying it's 150 more than the
Strix?
than the like pimped out version of a 980 Ti.
Right. But the MSRP is 650 still.
Yeah. A standard 980 Ti is 650 right now.
So it would be about $250 more than like a stock GTX. Yeah, without any bells or whistles. So yeah, no, that's true. So I mean,
so again, like for me, this is like ASUS creating a drool-worthy product.
Yeah.
And then pricing it just a little bit more than you might expect. Just enough more.
Yeah. So they turn a profit.
That the people who are interested in buying it are like, well, I could get a 650 and throw a $100 to $150 water block on it.
A 650?
I'm sorry. I could get a 980 Ti for $650.
Who would throw a water block on it?
I could get a 980 Ti for $650.
Right.
And throw a $100 to $150 water block on it.
Sure.
And get a nice performing GPU. Or I could get this
just have
for
them do it for me.
$250,
right?
Which probably gives you, a little bit more performance. I would guess that ASUS is probably going to be binning these GPUs, and they're probably going to overclock pretty well.
Right.
And it probably is a very well thought out and all inclusive liquid cooling solution for this, and probably pretty badass. And they add those RGB LEDs,
right?
Which is difficult to do on a
custom water block.
Water block that you're kind of assembling yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, ASUS is good at making drool-worthy products and then pricing them at a point where you pay just a little bit. I feel like he's like, yeah, this is pretty awesome, but I feel like I'm paying just slightly more than.
Yeah. Well, you're essentially paying for the ease of use and just kind of already having it good to go.
Yeah.
It's like why you pay a little bit extra for an AIO liquid cooler, right? Because it's just like a simple turnkey solution. You just install the thing and it runs.
Yep.
A lot of people are intimidated by mounting a custom water block onto their GPU and really like taking off the stock cooler and having to apply the thermal pads and the thermal paste and things like that. Carbonation. There's a lot of carbonation building up right now. By the way, Conrad, thank you for the $1 donation. No, it will not fit your Honda. Also, Leon, back at it again.
Hot
damn, Leon, back at it again with the donations. Choo-choo. Yes, I will take shots when I am feeling more up to it, because I'm already good.
Because Kyle was teasing the shots on Twitter earlier.
Yes, I will. Well, you were really teasing the shots on Twitter.
I was promoting
your tease of
because
the shots.
Because I went to plan my show out and I realized there's so much to talk about, but Kyle's already going to be talking about it. So
I'm just going to make him drink.
I decided I'm going to do shots instead.
No, I'm going to do shots.
But it was your. I'm going to make Kyle do shots instead. But it was your choice to tweet that to people. What happened was I got here.
It was good PR.
And Kyle informed me that he really doesn't have any hard liquor that we could do shots of.
No, I don't. I thought since you had created the segment that you would bring the hard liquor.
You're right, I should have.
That should have been your thing.
My bad.
Dick.
Anyway.
Thank you, Conrad, again for the donation. Yes, I mean, I think Zen's going to be... I don't know. Zen's going to be expensive in Australia. I'm sorry. You're in Australia.
No, yeah.
That's just unfortunate. Pup.
Sad.
Do you believe Hollow's... Okay. No, I don't think Linus's whole room water cooling thing was a good idea. I think that was just for show. It was a good video series, and
I think
he got a lot of views off of it.
I found it fascinating.
It was absolutely fascinating.
Practical, watch, no. Practically, it was absolutely not.
Seeing all the shit that he had to go through, I was like, no.
You're introducing so many points of failure into like 6 or 8 systems that are being used for like regular work on a day-to-day basis.
But the views, Paul, the views they got from that whole thing was just
you're right. The views are nice.
Destroying all 6 of those high-end rigs.
I watched many of those videos. I found it fascinating.
Many more
practical,
rigs.
No. Not in the least bit practical.
For the lols.
If you're talking practicality with what they were doing, I could see practicality in like taking a system, like a single system, and doing an external loop that like takes heat outside and ejects heat outside. Connecting that many systems to
Copper piping
is just like I mean, if you guys watch the video, he ran into problem after problem with it, which is
shocker.
That's been my issue with water cooling in general. Is like. It's awesome when it works,
but it's just
like
a nightmare.
My Arctic Panther system, I've been so happy with, and it's been so clean and smooth and everything.
Yeah.
But when you have like a pump that fails or like a leak that occurs,
it's an all-day ordeal.
Yeah, just stuff like that. It's really frustrating, especially if it's a system that you rely on for getting work done.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right, let's move on to the games report.
Yeah, games report.
Chugging things along here. We're talking about Steam VR Desktop Home Theater Mode.
Games report,
baby. So the theater mode from Steam VR will actually let users play any game from their Steam library from within their head-mounted display. Now, this doesn't mean that any existing game in your Steam library just instantly becomes VR
suddenly
compatible.
Has VR support.
Oh my gosh, 360 worlds and everything. No, this is something a little bit different. So imagine yourself, you put your Vive or your Oculus Rift on your head, and you launch up GTA 5, for example. Now, instantly, instead of like, oh my gosh, I'm in GTA 5, 360 degrees world, VR environment, no, that's not the case. Instead, it's almost as if you're transported to this home theater living room, for example, and you sit down on a virtual couch, and you're in this room, and there's a massive screen, like a 100-inch screen that's on the wall, and you can see, you can basically play GTA 5 within that screen.
There's just naked bitches everywhere.
Naked bitches, all upons.
Just at your beck and call.
Bitches be shopping. And so you're basically playing on a giant-ass projector screen type of thing in a virtual environment. And I guess that's cool because, in a way, you could probably invite friends over to play a multiplayer Steam game with you within the same home theater VR space on this virtual couch that, is just filled with naked bitches. But it's not necessarily going to mean that every game that you own in your Steam library becomes VR compatible. It's just a new kind of unique way to play your games, which kind of, sells the whole VR space, I guess, the whole VR headset. If, for example, you pre-order the headset, but you don't necessarily have that many games you can play it on, or that directly support it. This kind of just adds a bit more functionality, and I don't know, you get more mileage out of your VR headset from that sort of thing.
Okay,
but
if I may take the devil's advocate position here, to some extent.
Nope.
So not.
I mean not.
Not. Well, hold on. Some quick donation shoutouts.
Sudhir,
thank you.
Thanks for the donation. I'm drinking Anchor Steam.
I'm
the San Francisco beer.
Downtown Brown.
Thank you very much, sir, for the donation.
And Kyle and I met when Kyle was hired at Newegg.
Really?
And I was like, "Who's that guy?"
Oh, yes.
That was his secondary question. Brandon also, thank you for the donation. He said he swapped the
tubing and fluid on your SwiftTech H240X. Is that okay with the no custom water cooling rule unbooted? Oh, this is a booted question.
Oh, booted question.
You know what? Go for it. Just submit it. Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Send it in. You'll be fine.
Send it.
All right.
Screw it. Mike, if you're watching, send yours in too. I read your email.
So back to this Steam VR thing.
Yep.
Let me tell you what this equates to for me.
Okay.
So,
pornography.
pornography.
Lots of pornography.
No, it's not.
Mm.
This is all right. So what this is to me,
Thanks, pup.
what this is to me is a UI front end, so that when you're using a VR headset, you can access your games without having to like take the headset off, do mouse and keyboard
It's
stuff.
like big
to get into
picture
games.
mode, but instead of your
Yes.
TV in your living room,
It
it's
is-
your VR headset.
It is like big picture mode,
Right.
but it's so you can wear a headset and get around.
Right.
So, for me, this is equivalent to using an Xbox Kinect to access a game instead of a controller. Like, so my wife has a dance game she likes to play from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Gives a little exercise and that kind of thing
Right.
with the Kinect. And she was firing it up again, which she hadn't for a little while, a few weeks back. And I was like, wait, I need to get the controller out here so we can access stuff. And she's like, no, because you can stand there and you can just use the
Use
hand
the
motions
gestures.
to do it or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. Don't need a controller. VR is going to be dealing with the same issue, which is that once you get strapped up and suited up for VR, and you've got the headset on and everything, you're not going to want to revert back to older means of interaction with your game system or whatever. And you're definitely not going to want to like take that damn thing off in order to go through and select something in a menu or that kind of thing.
But this is intended to be used with a keyboard and mouse.
It is?
Yes. That's what they're specifically saying. You can use a controller as well. So they're
Okay.
not expecting you to use the touch controllers from the Rift or the hand motion controllers from the Vive. You are supposed to be sitting at your desk with your keyboard and mouse while using this. It's strictly to prevent a new or to provide a new way of gaming by making you feel like you're in a virtual space, in a
Okay.
virtual living room while you're gaming. So ideally, you're. It's almost like instead of, let's say, we game on 27-inch more or less monitors, right? Instead of the feeling of gaming on a monitor that size,
I have a 34 inch.
whatever, fuck you and your 34-inch widescreen, bitch. So instead of that, it's a new sensation, I guess, that they're trying to promote, where you feel like you're in a giant living room and you have a like projector-sized screen on the wall. So basically, when you're in the VR headset, you feel like you're in this home theater living room, and there's this massive screen on the wall that you can actually project your game onto, and it makes you feel like you're playing this game on a massive screen, a screen bigger than, let's say, a 27 or 34-inch monitor.
Okay. So it also allows you to play games that would be typically, on a screen in a 2D format.
Exactly.
Even if it's, simulated 3D.
Right.
But you can look around with the VR headset
Yes.
at a room that's around it and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
And it'd be interesting to see how that affects performance on your hardware too.
That-
like if that's more taxing or not.
That
you
would
know?
that would also bring in the added benefit of, like, let's say you have a gaming PC and you have a shitty monitor,
Yeah.
right? And you're considering what to upgrade or whatever, and like you've got a decent gaming PC, but you really haven't upgraded your monitor in a while. You've got a 1080 monitor and it's kind of on the small side, and
Yeah.
maybe it's a TN or that kind of thing.
Right.
So maybe that could make it a more viable option to get an HTC Vive.
Yeah.
Because whereas sometimes people say like, oh, an HTC Vive is $800, that's too expensive, and some people are like, well, people spend $1,000 to $1,500 on a monitor.
Right.
Like, well, but a monitor is more useful because you can use it for other stuff besides just playing games.
You can use it for this
But if
too.
you can use the HTC Vive in
Yeah.
a virtual environment to see a virtual monitor of something, then yeah. Okay.
The cool thing is that this is also going to support headsets like the Rift.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, not just the Vive, but also the Rift.
Right. Which is even cheaper.
Which is
For
something
starters.
is something that I would expect from Valve, but also applaud Valve for is supporting the competition when it comes to VR headsets.
Right.
Not just the Steam VR or the Vive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's also going to add some new flair to games, like Portal 2, for example. You know how Portal 2's fun because you can kind of see the other person when you're playing the game, and when you're doing the co-op stuff. Like, imagine the person that you're playing with. Not only do you see them in the game within the game, but you actually see them in the virtual space where they are in this home theater living room environment with you, chilling on the same couch, watching the same big screen in this virtual environment, and, you know, maybe giving them virtual high fives or some shit. I don't know what the hell you can do.
And then you only find out at the very end that that person was actually dead the whole time.
Oh, fuck my mind. I can't do it. No, Paul.
I was playing this game with this person this whole time. I wanted to look them up in real life and find them. Like,
And they were dead.
That person died 3 years ago. Why are they in virtual?
They were stabbed to death by their mom. It was never found. The body was never found.
But she was wearing an Oculus Rift at the time.
And struck by lightning at that exact moment.
This is the beginnings of a horror movie.
We could be rich.
So, a crazy mom wearing an Oculus Rift headset is struck by lightning and she stabs her son to death. Is that what we've gotten to?
Comes back reincarnated
right.
as a phantom VR player.
Okay, nobody steal this idea. Nobody
Fuck
steal.
you guys.
We're gonna write this up. We're gonna pitch it. We're gonna pitch it to Hollywood.
It's gonna work out.
Okay.
We're geniuses.
Okay.
We're geniuses. We're rich. All right, let's move on to the next story in the games report, which is I'm going to briefly talk about this one because we're a little short on time, and also Paul stole it from me after the show. Xbox doing some live platform multiplayer crossplay with other noobs like console. Mainly console and PC as well. So crossplay between Xbox One and Windows 10. Certain games that are using Xbox Live, that's still going to be supported, but Xbox One is opening the door to companies like Sony and Nintendo to say, hey, if you guys are cool with it, we would love like our players to be able to play games with your players. So, meaning PlayStation 4 and Wii U, for example. So it remains to be seen whether or not that's going to work out for them. Crossplay is also not going to be enforced on Xbox One players. So if you're an Xbox One player, which if you're watching the show, you're probably not primarily, but if you happen to be an Xbox One player, you're not going to be forced to play with like PC gamers, for example, in like Call of Duty, where you would just get obliterated because you're using a gamepad, whereas they're using keyboard and mouse. So that's good for all you Xbox fans out there. Also, the first game to take advantage of this new feature is Rocket League. So I think that's a pretty good game to kind of kickstart this whole initiative, just because it is very playable and much preferable to play on a gamepad. So really, a keyboard and mouse doesn't give you any advantage in this game. I think, if anything, it's vice versa. So, also a very fun game. The other thing is that that's all I had to say.
That's it.
That's it. The last thing that I did mention in Paul's half of the show is that support for this kind of crossplay isn't just up to, Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo, but it's also up to the developers themselves of the games, whether or not they want to implement that support into their titles. So even if Sony is cool with it and Nintendo's cool with it and Microsoft's cool with it, the developer themselves have to actually decide to implement the feature into their titles in order for that crossplay to happen. So it's kind of got to just revolve on all fronts. Sorry, I hit the microphone up there. Boom is very close. Thank you very much, Christopher, for the donation. Yeah, love for the channel. Love for you, brother. Yeah.
All the love.
Let's bone. All right.
Let's have sex.
Let's do the nasty. Let's bump uglies. I always like that term.
Bump uglies?
Bumping uglies.
That was a good term.
That's how I roll. Alright.
Good phrase.
Next up in the games report, Doom!
I always like the phrase, shake hands with the unemployed.
What does that mean?
My buddy's dad, when we were younger, we were early teens, and, we'd be, like, getting dressed, whatever, and he'd be like, he'd come bang on the door and be like, what you doing there? Don't be shaking hands with the unemployed. Okay, it makes sense. Right? It's such a great... No. It's the best phrase I've ever heard. You have to think about it. It's kind of insulting, it's yeah, all right.
Look at you doing this on the stream.
It's all right. It's an educational show.
Excellent.
It's an educational
show. Thank you, Pop, for the donation. All right, Doom!
Is it Games Report? Games Report,
Games Report still.
Yeah, Games Report.
Doom!
Wait, did we already start the Games Report?
Yes, we were halfway in. We've already done 2 stories from the Games Report, Paul.
I don't think I ever pulled up the Games Report lower thirds.
Well, that's your bad.
Right,
You
there it is.
screwed me over.
There it is. There it is.
First you steal my segments, and then you're just like, yeah, he doesn't need lower thirds.
I'm undermining the integrity of the entire show.
What little integrity's left. Alright, so Doom has released their minimum and recommended spec requirements for your PC. I'm not going to go over the minimum because they're at 720, and who cares about that. The recommended specs are for 1080 and up players. And they're quite demanding, I might say, compared to your average PC game these days. So Windows 7, Windows 8.1, or 10, 64-bit versions, of course, only, will be supported, as well as you should have a Core i7. A Core i7 3770 or better. On the AMD side, you should have an FX 8350 or better, which is definitely the cheaper option of the two. However, still relatively high-end CPUs here. You're going to need 8 gigs of RAM, which is pretty expected, and a GeForce GTX 970, 4 gigs or better. Notice they didn't say 3.5 gigs.
Or a...
Sorry, I'm...
Savage!
Savage! Oh! Too soon.
Or an i9 290.
Or an R9 290, 4 gigs as well. And you're going to need about 22 gigs of hard drive space, which isn't terrible. It could have been a lot more here, but yeah, the game...
What's with this fascist requirement of having a Steam account?
Yeah, you'll need a Steam account, which is very unreasonable, and I don't quite agree with it.
It's too expensive.
Yeah. Too expensive to download. Time Warner will charge me the monies for the bandwidth required to download the 3 megabyte install.
If you're tethered to your cell phone, it's going to cost you some cash.
That's right. You're very right about that. Okay, so if you don't want to wait for the actual release, which happens appropriately on Friday the 13th
nice.
of May, which I think is awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Nice, Bethesda. Then the closed beta does run from March 31st.
Is that quad damage? What the hell's going on right now? He just turned into a massive demon. And
jeez.
He's biting people's heads off.
Can you do that in this game?
I don't know. I thought he picked up quad damage, but suddenly he turned into a huge demon.
They better not be able to turn into demons. That's going to be stupid.
That's a demon.
You better just be able to be a demon from the get-go, or you're a demon.
But then he did a finishing move on the demon.
Ooh, he finished.
And now he has become a different demon.
What?
What?
Dude, this is like, this is very much like, what's that called?
Evolve?
No. Natural Selection.
Okay.
Did you ever play Natural Selection? You could either be an alien or a marine.
That's interesting, though. That's
very interesting. So this is the PvP. So that obviously that's the 6 versus 6 team deathmatch, or there's Warpath, which is another game mode that's going to be available in the beta. I'm a Doom noob myself, I'll be honest, so I don't know what Warpath is. I'm sure that's been around for quite some time. Thank you, Christopher, for the donation. Appreciate it. I think maybe I've already mentioned that, but also Conrad. Yes. PC gamers be shopping for the Doom. Yes, I agree. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty intense. You're only going to be able to access the closed beta if you had previously purchased Wolfenstein: The New Order prior to May 26th, 2014.
That's cool. That's kind of cool.
It's like old school. It's like you are a diehard Bethesda fan.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, Bethesda.
Because they know they're only going to be getting the feedback of people who really enjoy their games.
I approve.
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty cool.
And imagine a game that you bought 2 years ago, and suddenly you're like, I now have some kind of special access because of this game that I bought 2 years ago. That's cool.
Even if you bought the hardbox copy, I believe you still have access to that closed beta. So that's really nice. Unfortunately, even if you have purchased Wolfenstein: The New Order prior to that date, you will not be able to play the game should you have either a mobile GPU or a GTX 750 Ti from NVIDIA. Those two cards, or those two graphical options, will not be supported to run the beta, which is, sorry.
Interesting, specifically in excluding the 750 Ti.
Yeah, right. That was very
specific. It's not a terrible graphics card.
It's no slouch.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely not.
It's Maxwell.
I mean, if the GTX 950 can run it, then the 750 Ti overclocked can definitely run it.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
That's weird. Huh. Okay.
So, I mean, whatever. They have their things. Maybe they just didn't get around to implementing support for it in time for the beta to release.
They're elitists.
Or they're elitist bastards, and they're like, no, it's
requiring people to buy expensive graphics cards.
So I don't know. Doom seems pretty cool, and I might buy it later.
I think I will.
Anyway,
I have many fond memories of Doom's past.
The last story here for Games Report is Hitman. The new Hitman just came out, and the DirectX 12 mode in this game is highly unstable, according to Overclock 3D. It's causing frashing crashes. It's causing crashes, freezing in-game menus, and a 60 hertz frame rate cap on AMD GPUs only. So if you have
only AMD,
AMD's been getting railed this month with the Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Having really bad performance there, and being poorly optimized. And here with the 60 hertz frame rate cap on AMD cards, I feel bad for the AMD users out there. And it's another thing to just add to like the AMD bad rap pile. But why
is everyone in chat talking about a 970 Ti?
I see lol at penis enlargement. That's the only thing I see in chat.
Well, that explains it.
Someone's talking about penis enlargement. Chat's doing their own thing. That's cool. I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask.
We'll leave them to it.
Let them be.
Okay.
So it's going to be near impossible. This doesn't really apply to many of you guys, but it's going to be near impossible to get accurate and consistent benchmarks in this game because of all these certain bugs, crashes, issues, limitations, frame rate caps, which I can really empathize with. Overclock 3D, they even said in the article, we spent like 5 hours trying to benchmark this fucking thing, and it didn't work. It just wasn't working. That's basically like shorthand what they were saying. And I was like, oh, this was me last week with the Division.
Yep.
Because it was having so many issues, and
it's so
Ubisoft took a shit on my chest. And so I really empathize with them because they are reviewers and stuff. They kind of do the same thing that we do. However, even if you're not trying to benchmark this game, apparently it doesn't always run the graphical settings that you define. For example, enabling ambient occlusion when you've specifically disabled it, which can cost you some performance there. Also changing which full screen mode you go into, things like this, which really kind of hinder the full gameplay experience. However, if you switch to DirectX 11 mode, then all of these issues that I've just mentioned, as well as the bugs that were previously known in the beta, seem to go away. So hopefully this is just something that can be ironed out with a patch update in the future. But a rocky start for DirectX 12 in terms of this particular title.
It seems like there's a lot of confusion and some conflict and massively varying performance results when it comes to Windows 10, DirectX 12 performance, and some of the stuff that Windows 10 tries to do with like the game is trying to render and like output a certain images, but then Windows 10 has its compositor that it like puts things through, which we're told can do some cool stuff as far as like overlays on top of video games and that kind of stuff that shouldn't affect performance. But for the time being, there's some definite quirkiness there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
In other news, I believe what was it? The new Tomb Raider game finally got DirectX 12 support, and we had alluded to that in a previous episode, where someone found it in the the game files that there might have been some plans for that, and sure enough, it happened, and I think that's doing fairly well compared to Hitman. So, good job, Tomb Raider.
Well, cool.
Square Enix. That's gonna round it off for the Games Report. We can go ahead and move on to our third segment here.
We're on the third segment.
But it's Face Off.
Okay,
it's Face Off. So we get to play some games. We get to play a game.
Face Off.
Where Paul and I go head to head in a crappy online 2-player Flash game, and every week it is different. It is a different game every time we do this segment.
Are we gonna be able to do this?
This week's game is Dragon Fist 3. It's the third one. It must be good.
Okay.
It's the third. They did it 3 times.
They wouldn't have made 3 of these.
No, they would not have. It's that good. They're like, oh, we gotta go third.
Hey,
third for the win. So if you can go to character or options controls, we can kind of just take a look here. Because I'm
trying my best to make this like full screen.
I hope we don't need a keypad for this game.
Like a gamepad?
No, a keypad, like a 10 key.
A 10 key?
A 10 key. Go to options controls.
I do not have a. Wait, why is it doing this?
That's me.
Why are you pushing buttons?
Go to options controls.
That lined up perfect.
All right, and I do have a really nice punishment for today's face off as well. So, okay.
ADWS, okay.
I go
punch and kick is TY.
Left, right, up, down. Oh no!
And U-T-Y-U.
Oh, you do? We do need a key. A 10 key.
Okay.
Should I just use that one?
I don't know.
Damn it!
There are 2 keyboards plugged into this computer. No, that other keyboard is...
We'll use my K70.
Just a moment, everyone. Kyle is disconnecting his...
No!
Jesus.
You are connecting my keyboard.
Okay.
That's what's happening.
That's fine.
Bro.
Not gonna...
Bro.
No complaints from me.
Oh, wait.
Oh, God.
You. Son of a bitch!
Record.
Good. Check. Ooh, it's dusty. It's really dusty in here. It's really freaking dusty.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. People in chat are confused. What are they doing?
It's plugged in.
What's happening? Okay. So, okay. Just, do you know your controls? Your WASD and then TYU. TYU is punch, kick, and draw or throw weapon. So U is like to pick up or throw a weapon. So if you see a weapon on the ground, you can pick it up with U.
That's all I need to know.
That's all you need to know.
There's a special move.
Special move, T and Y, or mine's 4 and 5. Boom, down and 4.
There's some special secret stuff in this game.
Down 5, down and 6.
Okay.
Basically, down and any key, down and something does something.
Okay. So.
Or 4 and 5, or T and Y.
How do you go back?
So you can go to escape, maybe? Or no?
Wait.
Yeah. Yes. No. No.
Sure.
2-player.
2-player.
And then we choose. So I feel like this was kind of racist because it looks like they're saying all Asian guys look the same. Because I can't really tell
Jackie,
the difference.
Jin, Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee. Floating cloud kicks.
Lee Mubai.
No shadow kick.
Wong Fei Hung.
Wong Fei Hung.
Hikaji.
Kurosha. Kurosha.
I'm going to go Billy Low.
Billy Low. Man, he looks like Bruce Lee. You're going to win.
Right, choose player 2. Who's
I want the dude with the white hair on the right.
this? Master Cheng?
Master Cheng.
Alright.
Hooksoda.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh,
Are we playing best of 3 or what?
Oh shit! Wait, what am I doing? I'm not even.
What?
What am I doing? Like this is what I can do.
You're not doing anything.
No, I'm not. Wait, what? I can't attack, dude. My guy's not attacking.
You should figure that out.
No. Oh, it's because numlock was on.
Well,
I had numlock.
You should figure that out. How numlock
Wait, are we
works.
lagging?
Oh, jeez.
Wait, how did you?
I don't know. I just destroyed you.
Oh shit. Oh,
It
hair
seems
no.
kind of choppy.
No, it wasn't earlier, but for whatever reason, when we're streaming, it's a little laggy.
Oh, what?
How'd you do that?
I have some kind of nunchucks.
I'm gonna numb you. What the hell? Oh my god! How are you so good?
This game is awesome.
Wait! You're still alive? Or I'm still alive?
There's.
Oh, I got you! I got you from behind.
There's way too
I got
much
you from
health
behind, bitch.
available on each character.
I got you from behind. No man. All right, best of 3. We're doing best of 3.
Like the game's not even over. I think you might actually even be winning right now.
No, it's impossible. Come on.
This is weird. This
Bruce Lee
game's...
wannabe. Oh!
See, I
Knocked me out. Oh wait, I'm still alive?
Yeah, there's like a shit ton of health on both characters.
Fucking die, you son of a bitch! Oh! This is the worst.
I think you're
Look at this lag though. What's up with the lag?
It's like all super choppy and
I don't know what our life is. It the yellow and purple bar?
Yeah, I think the yellow and purple. I think you're winning.
I'm about to kick your ass then. Look
What?
at you, you're on the ground. You're eating dirt
I can't
and
even.
shit. What? Why is it so slow?
It's so
it's like
choppy.
2 FPS. This is like the weakest game ever.
I think you just won.
Did I win?
There's nothing happens. And
It just goes back to the. All right, so that was 1.
Also-
I won 1.
Also, we completely switched. We Whatever you're pushing.
Oh my
look
God.
what you're actually showing people right now.
Oh my God, why is it doing that?
No one was able to see anything that we were doing.
No one saw anything?
All people saw was insecurity popping up.
Why? Why did you do... What
because
happened?
the number pads here are,
also correlate
are
to...
still attached to these
God.
shortcuts. So you were...
Dude, we couldn't look at chat when we were so engaged in that ridiculous fight.
I can fix it.
Oh my God, worst fail ever. Oh my God. How did we ever do
How do you
face off in the past with this issue?
I don't know. How do you remove
You just
hotkey?
press
I don't know how
X. Maybe press X to the right of it.
X?
See how there's no. There's an actual X that you can click to the right, all the way to the right. Yeah. Does that do anything?
Oh yeah, I think you got it. All right.
Yeah. All right. God, I'm sorry, guys. I did not realize that what was going on. Thank you, Pup, for the notification. I'm sorry, I didn't even see it that time.
So you clearly chose the Master Chang who has the superior heavenly kick.
At least you guys got to leave it to your imaginations, which is really
my special move
the
was
best
the
part.
1-inch punch, which I'm not.
The 1-inch punch.
I'm gonna go with the tiger this time.
Tiger.
Who do you want to be?
Bitch.
Are you sticking with Master
Oh
Chang?
no! I'm gonna go with the guy who can't see anything. The dude with the left big ass hat on his left. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the flying dagger special
Flying
move.
dagger.
All right, so the guy everyone can see now.
I hope you guys can see.
All right, so I'm sticking with my I won that last one, fair and square. These rounds are too long. What the hell? How'd you get a thing?
I don't know.
How'd you get the thing?
Doesn't matter.
What is that? A javelin? Oh shit!
Why are you
Negro.
suddenly able to pick it up?
Cause I'm awesome. Oh no! Hell no! Hell no! You get the hell out of here! Look at my big hat. You fear my big hat. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at my arms, how fast they move.
See, I need the 1-inch punch again, apparently.
Shit.
Whoa!
Oh, what the hell was that?
I don't know why that required...
I got it.
slow
I
motion.
picked up this thing. I think it's got your name on it. Oh,
God.
look at it. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. You like this.
Stop it!
You like the javelin.
Stop it!
Yeah, you wish. You wish you could handle this heat.
How come you get a javelin?
They trained me in the Mushu camp. My parents are refugees. Oh, you son of a bitch. You a son of a bitch. Ah, fuck you. I fuck your ancestor.
Oh.
Ah, fuck your family. Fuck where you come from. Hate you Vietnamese shit.
Why?
You a son of a
That
bitch.
doesn't even make any sense.
You go back to
I
your
can't even
land.
see what's
You
going on.
go back to your land.
3-hit combo.
Oh yeah, get the 3-hit combo. I learned that in Sunday school. You son of a bitch. Ah, fuck you.
This game is
It's so tiring.
Really silly.
This is very silly. Oh my god, what was that?
I don't know.
What was that?
You
What
just
kind
gotta
of
deal
move?
with it.
No, fuck you. Shit! Why aren't you dying? I was kicking you so much.
I bow.
No, fuck you, bow.
Bow. Fuck you.
Fuck you, bow. You
you,
take
bow.
your bow elsewhere. You gringo white beat.
Alright. Are we going best of 3?
Doing best of 3.
Alright.
Alright, for all the marbles, here we go.
I will... Should I go with Chinbo this time? He's got the palm charge. Red flower.
Red flowers, bitch.
Axe hand chop.
I don't know what that is.
Lao Li. Shaolin finger jab.
Oh no, everyone.
Oh, Iron Monkey. I'm gonna go with Iron Monkey.
Stream.
Alright, who you want to be?
I'm gonna go with the ninja. The ninja with the headband. He's cool. No, down one and to the left.
Him?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know there was a
Yeah, Ninja Star. Ninja Star.
Okay.
Got you. I got you, biatch. I'm gonna kill you with the Ninja Star. Wait, what the hell? Hold on.
Hold
I think look at what I'm doing. I'm not doing. Am I doing anything?
I don't know what you're doing.
Hold on. Oh, I got an unlock again. All right.
Oh, see, that's cheap.
That is
That's
not
some cheap
cheating.
Shit, right there.
I
that
thought
you just
numlock was on.
Why am I
you got
doing cartwheels?
You're kicking my ass right now with the
I'm not at all
cartwheels.
intending to do cartwheels.
Well, you know what? They're killing me, so you should be happy. What the fuck? What the hell? You're untouchable!
Can't mess with my tiger
You're like Neo from the Matrix. I'm just Mr. Smith. What the fuck, man? Oh, god damn you. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. My kicks are slow, man. I kick like a cripple. Jesus.
That's a weird attack I keep doing. I don't know what it means or what's involved.
Fuck you in the butt.
I forgot which guy I am.
Fuck your grandmother.
That was a weird. Whoa! What the hell? What the hell just happened?
I get the special up your ass. You cannot handle this shit. I learned this from my ancestor. Oh, fuck you and yo, fuck you move. Oh, son of a bitch.
I don't. Okay.
You dropped a stick right now. I shoved the stick
up
your ass.
It looks like I'm really kicking ass, but for some reason
you are though.
I am not. No.
You're doing well. Come on, you son of a
No, you're hitting me more than I'm hitting you.
Am I really?
Yeah.
How is that possible though? I feel like I'm getting slaughtered.
She just killed me.
Yes.
I'm dead. Yeah.
Yes. I win!
It gives no indication of who won or
no,
anything.
it doesn't.
You just have to be
it's not
watching
like
it
player
closely.
won or
All
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Alright, well, in that case, guys, thank you B.E. for the donation. Appreciate it, buddy. And Court.
And Court.
Thank you, Court. Alright, the punishment for this week's episode of Face Off is...
There's punishment?
Yes, there's a punishment.
Okay.
The loser, Paul, you have to prank call Time Warner Cable and pretend that your router is on fire.
You already suggested this, and I never agreed to it.
And you said that sounds like a great idea, Kyle.
No, I didn't.
Because I'm so confident in my prank calling skills.
We don't have time for this right now. Can I just drink the rest of my beer?
Dinner's probably still cooking.
Yeah.
So,
that's
you
why
know,
I'm
we've got some time.
excited about dinner.
But how awesome would that be? All right, what if I assist you? Like I'm in the background, like, yeah, what's up with that router? It's on fire. You know, like we could be like an old married Chinese couple or something. My name is Chan. My router really hot.
We're gonna get. All right. I don't even know. We don't even have a number. Do you have a number
everyone's
to
saying
call?
do it. Yes, I've got it right here.
You do? As you search for it on the fly.
Yep.
Okay.
Boom. 1-800-892-4357. Thank you, Google. This has got to be the best punishment ever.
All right. This is terrible.
This is gonna be so good. And you can use your own voice, or you can make up a fictional voice if you want. You can.
They're gonna ask for like a some kind of identifying information for the account or whatever. Like.
Well, yeah. Just give them some fake shit. Just make them look for it. Just be like my account number 369. Like don't even make sense of it. Just pretend like they shouldn't be able to tell what you're saying.
Welcome to Time Warner Cable.
All right.
This call may be monitored or recorded. Para español,
I'm gonna turn the AC off.
You can respond to this system using your voice or the touchtone keypad. To switch to touchtone only, press *99 at any time. Starting with the area code, please tell me the 10-digit phone number associated with your account. Or say, I don't have an account.
Is everyone fascinated?
Right, let's continue. Now, in a few words, please tell me what you're calling about. You can say things like, add home phone service, or my cable's not working. Okay, now tell me why you're calling today.
My router is on fire.
Let's narrow it down a different way. You can say, technical support, or press 1. Billing, or press 2. Or to add, change, or disconnect a service, say service changes, or press 3.
The flames are spreading to the rest of my home. I'm concerned for my life.
Sorry, you can say technical support, or press 1. Billing, or press 2. Or to add, change, or disconnect a service, say service change.
Did one for technical support.
Got it. Please tell me which of the following services you'd like help with. TV. Internet. Phone. Or intelligent home. If you're having trouble with more than one service, please just choose one for now.
Internet and fire.
You'd like help with your internet service. Is that right?
Yes, as well as the fire.
Please hold while I transfer you to a technical support representative. Since I wasn't able to find your account today, I'll need your zip code so that I can transfer you to the right place.
What's your zip code?
90638.
Sorry, please enter.
This is going great so far, Kyle.
I can't wait.
Thanks. To avoid being asked for your zip code on future calls, our customer service representative may need to update your account profile. One moment, please.
Oh, it's dialing. Oh, God.
I thought they hung up.
Thank you for calling Tom on the Cable. My name is Ben. How can I help you?
Hi, Ben. I'm having an issue with my I think my modem or my router. It's actually on fire.
I'm sorry, it's on what? It's on fire?
It's on fire. Yeah, so it's caused a fire. I'm concerned. I don't know what to do next.
Okay. Let me have a look and check and see. Sure. Did it warm up and got to the point that it caught fire?
Yeah, it warmed up. There was some smoke, and now there's fire.
Where's the black smoke?
It's.
Hey, where's the black smoke
You've already
coming from?
unplugged it?
I'm sorry. What was that, Ben?
You've already unplugged it from the power source?
Should we unplug? Can you unplug it? Unplug the router.
The plug is on fire. I can't touch the plug.
The plug is also appears to be on fire. I'm sorry.
If it's still plugged in, sir, if it's not too much trouble, I suggest that you turn off your fuse, sir, your main switch. That way, it wouldn't cause anything else.
Can you get to the fuse box?
The fuse box is also on fire. I don't know what to do.
That's impossible. All right.
Well, it's not. It's not on fire. It's really hot.
It's really hot. Okay. All right. We're gonna disconnect the fuse box. Are you?
Can you tell me the phone number on the account, please, sir?
Yeah, it's 843-6283.
And what's the area code? Is it 714?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
It's Kyle.
Okay. Thank you, Kyle. You say 714-843-6283?
Yeah, yes, that's correct.
Holy
Okay, let me
shit!
look
Oh
that
my
up.
God.
Kyle, let me have a different phone number. That didn't really turn up anything.
It's not working. Sorry, just a second.
Okay.
What's happening?
There's. Oh my God, the cat.
The cat.
The cat's getting in the. Oh my God.
Don't let the cat. Okay, sorry about that. Ben, is this Ben?
Yeah.
Ben, I want you to know you're doing a great job, and I appreciate your help.
You're most welcome.
We're working on the situation right now. We're trying to get things under control. It seems. that... All right. Is it? Okay.
What's happening?
I'm not sure. It seems like the cat might.
Oh my God.
The cat might also be on fire at this point. What?
Okay. Is the cat dead or something?
The cat has kind of a mind of its own. It tends to misbehave at certain times, but it has a strange attraction to fire, which we find odd.
Get away, Frisky! Get away!
Okay.
Frisky!
Can you put is the cat out?
The cat's up!
Okay. All right.
Kyle, do you have another number that I can use to look up the information?
Kyle, what's your other number? Sorry, I'm relaying for my friend here. He's trying to deal with the situation.
No problem.
He's become unresponsive.
I'm in a bit of a bind right now. I don't know.
Why? He appears to have abandoned me completely at this point. Kyle?
Kyle, just work on turning the modem off, because if it's still on
Yeah.
the power source, it might, I don't know.
We doing?
Worst thing
We
can happen.
yeah. We doing? All right. So, can you cover it with a blanket?
I've got the fire extinguisher.
Oh, good. Fire extinguisher. That's helpful. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Did that help?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. All right. Good. I think we've made some progress here.
Kind of freaked my mom out, but I think she's alright.
All right. Good. Good.
The
That's
cat's a
good.
little burnt, but I think it's gonna be alright.
All right. Are we able to
Is he laughing? Is he laughing at our burnt cat?
Oh, Ben. No, Ben's on top of things. He's
Okay.
he's making sure everything's in the proper. Everything's coordinated here.
Alright.
All right. Ben,
Thank you, Ben.
Ben, do you have any other final recommendations for us for now that the fire is out?
I suggest that you go to the store so that we can get a replacement. Or if you want, I was hoping that we can pull up the information so that we can send someone out there and replace the modem for you by themselves, sir.
That would be good. That would be good.
Okay.
To get the modem replaced.
Okay, let's go ahead and let me have the other number, because the first number that you gave me, it didn't really bring up anything. So do you have any other number that might be associated with the account?
Ben, do you have a number I can call you back at? This is Kyle. This is I told my friend to call you here. I need to take my cat into the vet. I don't really have time for any more conversation right now. Is there a number I can call you back at right now? Ben, I'll call you back in like an hour or so. Can you just give me a number?
Yeah, but you can call the exact same phone number that you rang from.
Okay, okay. All right, thank you, Ben, so much for your help. I'm so sorry.
Not a problem. No worries, sir. You have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Ben.
Mr. Cuddles is going to be fine. Thank you.
That was riveting.
That was excellent performance, sir.
Hey, I
I have to shake your hand. That was well done. Job well done.
I tried to show the appropriate amount of concern over your cat being on fire.
I could tell you were really concerned about Mr. Cuddles.
All right. Well, fortunately, there's no record of that happening.
No, of course not. No.
And we've brought the show. I feel like we've come full circle at this point.
We've kind of set a new standard that I don't know if we're going to be able to top ever, but.
I hope your cat's okay.
Yeah, cat's doing fine now that the fire's out.
Are we? Is that?
That's pretty much it. I mean, I was going to do some Q&A, but I don't think we should really even try to top what just happened.
We're already over and everything.
Yeah, and I think the audience is going to be fine with that too.
Okay.
So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to be sure to read all your comments. If you're watching the rebroadcast, let us know what you thought about that amazing prank call and what you think of the show. Go ahead and toss us a like as well. Again, if you haven't watched Side A, go ahead and check it out on Paul's channel, Paul's Hardware on YouTube. And until next time, guys, stay tuned for the after party, which will be happening later tonight on twitch.tv/awesomehardware. If not, we'll catch you guys next Tuesday, same time, same place.
Wait, we do have one last possible thing to talk about.
Johnson shout-outs.
Johnson's.
Yes, I've got one from Seth. Thank you very much, Seth, for picking up
Seth.
2 shirts. Really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yep.
I have no more Johnsons.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. We will be seeing you guys very soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right.